What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. We back for another one. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Side chicks and side dudes. Throwing a few mug shots and we on, y'all. Like the video. Subscribe to my channel. It's the thing to do. Um, yeah, so I don't want to be one of those people that comes here every week saying how much the show ain't shit, but I'm here anyway watching it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and I watched the show. Y'all said y'all ain't watching anyway. Y'all said y'all was over here watching the reviews because you didn't want to watch the actual show. And Carlos was over there. Who was he talking to? Dr. Heavenly talking about how the ratings is so up. I don't care. I don't want to talk about ratings. Anyway, y'all, what are we doing? We are still at Nell's birthday party with Tipsy Tisha over here, being feisty. She's snapping on Stormy about this party. She's already RSVP. So she literally just wanted to I mean, and as we all know, it's a Tisha, you have to go to work. Party's being filmed. You can go to the party or stay your ass at home. You and Stormy are friends. She couldn't be my friend if she called my husband a bitch repeatedly. So there's that. Anyway, she coming at Nell too. Stormy said it was given Chihuahua, and it very much was given Chihuahua. Like she arguing, now you arguing Nell. Because why? Nell is like, what the hell is wrong with you? You come in here, you being all, extra, and it's my birthday. We're supposed to be partying. Y'all like hash your issues out somewhere else. This is not where I'm gonna have it. And I feel like Nell already knew these two was gonna be on bullshit when she invited them, but she was like, I'm gonna invite both of these girls. And if they get out of line, I'm gonna, set that shit straight. Haven't had a birthday party in years. I'm about to enjoy this one. He's just mad at Nell for some bullshit like that happened like on the internet. Girl, she was doing an interview somewhere and said she was your mentor. And Tisha every season has this conversation with someone about how I thought we were building. I thought we were building a relationship and you hurt my feelings because you said that's what she say every single time. She had it with Kimmy, she had it with Mel. Who else? Did her and Destiny fall out? No, her and Destiny tight. Yeah, you should just hang out with Destiny, Tisha. Because y'all, I guess understand each other. Especially when it comes to business. I feel like y'all have business sense in common, you and Destiny. Anyway, she's upset because she's upset because Nell said that, she was her mentor. You wasn't even inviting her to your events last season. So, now you're all bent out of shape because she says she's a mentor. That's probably how she feels. Y'all want to talk about how old she is all the time. She's probably like, here I go, gotta talking these girls down off the ledge again. All the girls that got up, they didn't want to hear this going back and forth. So now Courtney and Stormy are over there having a discussion with Marcel about how to, I don't know, present an olive branch properly. We think it's weird that you invited us to the party and we haven't talked to you. I don't know what they need to talk about. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is it weird to get, I said before, like I understand both sides, but y'all know that y'all got to go film. So at the end of the day, like she invited you because it's a thing where all the whole cast was invited to. And y'all can decide whether you want to come or not. Mel says she ain't coming. Shit, she was. But y'all cannot expect to see her and what's this nigga's name, Martell in the same place. So y'all gonna have to choose, I guess, child. Choose no one. Choose not to be nobody's friend. Then you don't have to worry about inviting either one of their asses to anything. Anyway, these dudes meet up for football. They're gonna toss the football around. Courtney and Chris and Martell. The most enjoyable thing about this scene was that fly-ass blue tracksuit that Chris Fletcher had on when he got out, out of his car. One thing I appreciate is Chris Fletcher, he representing for the fellas. He be clean every single scene. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, they tossing the football. How many grown-ass men leave out their day just to go stand in the park in the cold and just toss a football around? Just the three of us are gonna go play football today. Y'all could have met at the sandwich shop. You know, Courtney liked a good lunch. Courtney asked Martell how come he wasn't at Nell's birthday party. And he's like, because she called me over to meet up with me to tell me that I wasn't allowed to come to the birthday party. Courtney is clearly team Martell. He's sitting up here talking about he feels like two people, two adults should be able to talk in the same room. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, Courtney. Courtney doesn't like Mel because Stormy doesn't like Mel for real. So, you know, it's whatever. I don't think she gives a shit, honestly. Martell cannot talk Chris Fletcher into some bullshit. He's like, y'all be doing shit, and then we gotta decide, like, you know, based on what bullshit y'all done did, who's gonna be able to, you know, be where with who. Now, Mel, you know, my wife asked me about, you know, inviting y'all to the party, and well, what did you say? Whose side did you take? I took my wife's side. So that's why your ass had to stay home. You was out here doing revenge porn and think people want to be attached to that. We don't. Martell is convinced that somehow, somewhere, Mel is going to do something to piss off Nell and then they won't be friends anymore. Well, I mean, it's a possibility. That's been her track record. It's been her track record that once people come on this show, then they can no longer be friends again. And, you know, I don't have no size. Anyway, he doesn't care whether she comes or not. He's only concerned that his body is not like how it's dad body. And he doesn't want to be like, don't what you call this man be a muscle man. They're like, yeah, he's a muscle man. Is that what he does for a living? He's a muscle man for a living? Yeah. He used to. He drives trucks now. Oh. Is he gonna be there? Martell's all worried that Ken's gonna have too much muscles and he can't, you know, prance around. I'm fine without it, to be honest. This is what y'all like. Y'all like this man with his shirt off, I suppose. I'm good. Like he can throw on his little tight suit and leave it at that. I don't need to see him prance around or any of them, honestly. But this is Stormy's party, so you know what are you gonna do? So Marceau and Tisha are at their house, and Tisha asked him about the project that Kimmy and Maurice have going on. And she's like, I just, you know, have you talked to them? I don't know. I'm worried that, you know, the business might get in the way of her friendship with Kimmy. Her and Kimmy have had some issues in the past because, you know, Tisha requires a lot from her friends. This is why she over here arguing with Miss Nell, for goodness sake. Anyway, Marceau said ain't nothing to worry about because, you know, they get on the business, then they just got to be done on time. You know, yeah, that would be nice. Because if you don't, Kimmy says she's gonna be on that ass, and she probably will. And y'all are used to it. So it's Kimmy. She's dealt with y'all before. This is not new. I'm not really sure how Marceau then segued this conversation into Mel participating in their second Black Expo. You knew Mel wasn't gonna participate in that. And we was all out here on the YouTube streets hearing how y'all were struggling to find people and Carlos got Dr. Heavily. And I don't know what the details is of any of that, but you went to Atlanta and you leaned heavily on other people's celebrity to make your event successful. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I feel like that's what Mel was telling you in the first place, but you know, your wife don't like feedback. And she's the one person in the room that needs the most feedback. She went on a rant about how, you know, she had to set those ladies straight because she's not the old Tisha no more, and she's not going to let people push her around. And I don't know who was pushing her around. I don't know what the hell Tisha has going on, but she was over there drinking and she got a little, you know, feisty for no reason. I don't know. Is that maybe that's what she gets stuff from her mother? Maybe she gets that idea that going around being feisty with people is having your voice. And that's not really what that is. But I mean, she got to do what she got to do. Anyway, he told her she needed to learn how to take accountability for the parts in the, you know, that she plays in these types of situations. Tisha gets all in her feelings because, you know, she feels like Marcel don't be having her back. He doesn't. He calls her out. I feel like, I don't know, they got a very strange dynamic in how they, show respect for one another. So does Tisha take accountability for things? Not so much. Does Marcel? I don't really feel like he does either. So he's probably not even in any position to be telling her about being accountable for things. But, he took another opportunity to treat her like an asshole. And, there she stands in the middle of that kitchen, not knowing probably what her next move is because she's so overwhelmed with all the things that she has to do. Mom, she's a wife, she owns 85% of the business. She doesn't have an office yet, but now she's never gonna get it because he's gonna go over there and do Kimmy's job. And Kimmy will be exalted as the boss of the whatever it is they're doing over there, and she'll still be standing there in that kitchen. So Stormy meets up with Mel. It's kind of like hard to tell what the vibe is with these two. Anyway, they started talking about how Tisha was acting at Nell's party, and Stormy says she was giving Chihuahua, and then it's so funny because Mel backs out of the conversation. Like I can't even participate because if I say anything, they're going to be all over, everywhere saying I was calling her a Chihuahua. So, but Stormy can do that. And it was like, you're fighting for nothing. You wanted to confront what at this lady's party? Hell, you're here. And I'm with Nell. Like, if your feelings are hurt, call me and say so. Like, because clearly we don't hang out. I was gonna wait until I see you again months later. So are you really that like upset? It's your friend that you don't ever talk to? Then they start talking about Stormy's party and what the attire is like and what should they wear. And she was given, at this point, I'm guessing Mel had, I gotta think about it now that they got Mel and Nell. At this point, I'm assuming Mel was coming since she's asking what she should wear. And Stormy, lets her know what type of vibe it's going to be. And then she lets her know that I noticed Martell wasn't at Nell's birthday party, and I don't know what's going on with you guys. And I'm not asking. I don't want to get into any of that. But I do want you to know that Martell is going to be participating in my event as a model. I'm going to blindside you beside you with that. See? Now that's how you get along. And Mel is like, that's cool. I mean, I won't be there. And I don't know. Hopefully, Stormy won't be in her feelings about it. I just feel like when you got two divorced people that have, it's probably best that they don't. She's made it up in her mind where he is, I will not be. And so, and we know why. Shoot. Hopefully she can respect that. I feel, although Courtney feels like adults can be in the same room, they can also like choose not to. So there's that. Trisha's over here working out with Martell. And I mean, what happened to the squeaky voice? Like it's still kind of a squeaky voice, but the shaky ain't there. You was comfortable, like you was looking forward to this workout, girl. They're having a little conversation. How do you know everybody? She knows Marcel. She's been knowing him for a long time because her ex, who is her ex? Is she talking about her husband? She said that with Eve. No wonder why people are so confused. Is it the ex that you're still married to, or do you have another ex that came before him? Because the husband is definitely not your ex, but he used to work down to the movie theater with Marcel, along with her little sister. Now, Martell is mad. He's mad at the Scotts and he's mad at Chris Fletcher. And it's mad day and he's about to like blast on these niggas. He's been holding these in his little arsenal, waiting on a moment like this to happen. Here it comes, here it comes. Oh, down to the movie theater where he used to manage. Did you ever go to any of those parties that used to be over there? And she's like, I didn't even know they had some parties over there. Oh yeah, Marcel, he used to let these women have parties in there for free. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he didn't get you. He probably would have got you had you went down to the party. And she's like, yeah, no, probably not. And he was like, yeah, he would have got you. Why is you worried about whether or not Marcel would have got her? Do you got plans? Are you trying to make sure you ain't like crossing over into sloppy seconds? She don't mind a side dude, so we know you got a shot. Shit. She be calling Ken her ex so fast. We don't know how many exes she got. Then Chris Fletcher came up in the conversation, and all of a sudden he's like giggling and laughing, talking about, oh my God, he told me about you. Oh my God, you're his cousin. Like, it was so weird. He came in there like ready to fire. She's like, yeah, I'm his cousin. What was he saying about me? He over here talking about somebody being a true friend. I don't know what kind of true friend he is because he's being very messy with this lady he knows or don't know. And she felt like she needed to bring that up again. Like, maybe, like, do you know me now or what else? You know? He's like, no, like, I know you. I just didn't remember. I mean, it was, maybe I'm seeing things that, aren't there, but it seemed like what I was seeing was a whole lot of flirting and giggling. You and Ken don't work at the same time. It sounds like y'all be going to the gym together. And Ken, so you have to leave her in there alone with Martell. Y'all know each other now, child. She says she ain't working out with him no more. She's like, I ain't never working out with him again. It was a lot of laughing and giggling. Y'all didn't argue. Like, what is the reason that you don't want to work out with him again? Too tempting? I'm just asking. He ain't gonna be able to get down to the Valentine's thing without a six pack. Can't get that in one session. All y'all did was walk it back and forth, and he carried that weight. And y'all did a lot of giggling. And I don't know you, Trisha, but we do know Martell. And when he's being flirty, he makes that face he was making. And if you know him, you know what that flirty face looks like because he does it all the time. It's creepy. Mel meets up with Marceau. She wants to confront him about talking to the press. I mean, I don't feel like this was a necessary conversation, but every season, Mel and Marceau have to have a meetup, which is probably the thing that sends Tisha into a tailspin. Then she's gonna be tipsy down to Mexican lunches and birthday parties, snapping on the girls. I mean, Mel, you know what you're dealing with, I guess. Like, we gonna make up this reason for him to do. What are you expecting from him? You might get what you want from him because Martell is out here running his mouth. Seems like he's on one. And then, now the show is airing. So once the show airs, he's going to be looking for somewhere to go run his mouth again. And every time he opens his mouth, he puts his foot in it. Both of them, all of them. Just go live, Martell. Go live. You should do a live every Saturday after the show so we can see. Well, I mean, they don't really let you show up that much. But when you do show up, yeah, you should do a live. Get yourself in some more trouble so you could get arrested every day. I mean, next week, I guess Marceau and Tisha are having a conversation about how Mel should learn to control the millimeters. I don't like to get in that millimeter conversation. I don't know how much that lady has control over people who are, I don't know how much she has control over people. Anyway, Stormy's party. It looks like, oily and dark. We'll see. Stormy throw a good party. I only seen this lady getting oiled up by her man. Poor soul. He's a bless your heart, that Ken. I didn't talk about the conversation she had with Martell about being a side dude. Now, he got a kick out of that. And then he takes an opportunity to tell us that Mel had a side dude. We don't want to hear it anymore. And then she's like, what is the paper? What does the paper really mean? The paper really means that you're really married and not divorced. And if it really don't mean a thing, then why don't you go file? Girl. Anyway, Stormy and Destiny have a talk. I mean, Sunny. Sunny and Destiny have a talk. I don't know why. Destiny, stay away from that angry lady because y'all are going to be back here throwing chairs and stuff at each other because somehow she got the man, but she mad as hell. I don't know why she's so mad. I mean, girl, you got the Moses, the man of your life. What is you mad at Destiny for? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, we'll do it again next week, y'all. Bye.